Hey YouTube, so I mentioned in one of my videos before about one of my best finds being this awesome pressure washer. So I figured I'd do a quick video on this. Again, another dump find. Found it sitting there pretty much like you see it now. Wand, all the nozzles here, all in place, except of course for the one that's already on the end of the wand here. 3100 psi, 2.6 gallons per minute. To replace this right now, if you go to Home Depot to buy the same thing, you're looking at about 400 bucks. You can look at this one, you can see that this really wasn't used all that much. Of course, it was the beginning of winter when I grabbed it. And, my first thought was, well, maybe somebody couldn't get it running, and then it was, well, maybe somebody left it out and popped the pump. But I've tested it once I got it running. I tested it. Pump works great. It's got the automatic throttle, so that's nice. But basically, what I found was behind the air box here. You take all this off, and you pull this whole housing off here, and that gives you access, and you can't really see it back in here, but pull those two screws, this whole back housing comes off, and that gives you access to your carburetor. Took the carburetor apart, and what I found after pulling on this for quite a while, trying to get it started, was the main jet inside the carburetor was gunked up. It was plugged. Basically what I think happened was somebody bought this, used it probably for one summer, stored it, never treated the fuel, went to start it, it wouldn't start. That untreated fuel gunked up in those very, 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 very tiny little holes inside that main jet. So obviously you're not going to get a fuel air mixture going like you want. So this is how I found it, sitting there, perfect. Once I got it home, I pulled it over a few times. This is easy way to diagnose, guys. If you have something like this, you're working on it, you don't really know much about small engines or anything else like that. If you want to know a quick way to know if it's your carburetor, okay, these people would still have this $400 pressure washer, whoever they are. Could have saved themselves a lot of time, hassle, and money. So I threw it over, and I'm pulling on it. I'm not going to start it right here in the basement, but I'm pulling on it. I'm getting nothing. I checked the fuel. They left it. They dropped it off with a full tank of fuel. Awesome. Hey, works for me. Check the oil just to make sure the oil's good. So my first step was to pull the spark plug. So we pulled the spark plug, and it was a bear to get to because this one just is set up that way. Pulled the spark plug, put the spark plug back in the boot, set it against metal. Okay, the very end of the spark plug, set it against metal, and I had somebody just give the handle there a pull, quick pull, you know, just to turn the engine over a couple times, just looking for the spark at the end of the spark plug. Spark plug had great spark, so it's not the spark plug. Before I put the spark plug back in, I took my finger and I covered the hole where the spark plug goes. That's the top of the cylinder. Okay, I put my finger over that and I had him pull again, just a couple pulls, just real light, just to get the piston move up and down. We did that a couple times. I took my finger out and I looked, and lo and behold, my finger was absolutely dry. Right there, that tells you that your cylinder isn't getting any fuel. Okay, real basic way to think about it. From the fuel tank, fuel goes to the carburetor distributes the fuel air mixture to your cylinder. So 1, 2, 3. Once it gets into the cylinder, the spark plug obviously fires. ignites the fuel, and there you go. Your engine's running. If your piston isn't getting fuel, it's your carburetor. Carburetors on these are pretty easy, and you can find tons of videos on YouTube on how to take them apart, clean them, what you're looking for, the different parts of them, putting them back together. Once you've done it once or twice, most types of carburetors are going to come easy to you. And really, it's a simple fix. I grabbed this, it wouldn't start. To bring this in, try to start it, diagnose the issue, take the carburetor off, clean it, put it back together, and to get it started up, it really took me about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes total. So yeah, but hey, you know, one man's trash, another man's treasure, and you know, nobody has the patience, the time to fix anything. Nobody cares. But that's all right, because for every person that doesn't care, there's another person on the other end waiting to pick up the rewards. So awesome. I'll see you at the next find.